to that event, they were able to give us 110 stages for the finished game, which is a tremendous amount of content for a handheld game. They were also able to give us all 4 of the classic monkeys. So we have Ai, Mimi, Baby, and Gon Gon. Today we're going to play as Baby. There are 5 distinct worlds to play in, and last time we showed you the first world, Monkey Island. This time we're showing you the last world, Space Case. And the reason I want to show you that is because it's a terrific opportunity to demonstrate just how well the tilt control can keep up with the game's most intricate challenges. As you can see, this is a pretty tricky stage that Josh is trying to get through. And to be able to do it, he has to be able to accelerate, decelerate, and turn with pinpoint precision. The iPhone's accelerometers gives him the ability to do that. So as a producer, the best part of working on this game has been to put the game in people's hands for the first time who've never played it, because it's just instantly fun. The tilt control works beautifully. It's a fantastic gaming experience. For Sega, the App Store represents an amazing opportunity because we can now be in the same place where people are buying their music and movies, and they can take all that content with them wherever they go. We love what we've been able to do with Super Monkey Ball. We can't wait to see what's possible with our other marquee characters, and this game is going to be available at the launch of the App Store for $9.99.
Awesome, thanks. Good morning, everybody. Well, I'm really excited today to be able to show you guys 2 games that we've ported from Mac OS X over to the iPhone, and in the process of which we've made both games even better than they originally were. The first one is Enigmo. Now, Enigmo is a physics-based puzzle game. The basic concept here is you're trying to get the falling water droplets into the container. Now, the game is completely touch-based, so we use the touch to drag our puzzle piece down over here. We use the touch for zooming in and out. We use the touch for panning around. And most importantly of all, we use the touch for rotating. So in this case, we do a little rotation, get the water droplets in there. And obviously this is a very simple level. It's level 1. Once we get 40 droplets in there, we get to move on to the next level. The game has 50 levels. They get pretty complicated. The puzzles are very large. There are force fields and switches and all sorts of things you have to do. But I want to show you guys something interesting on level 2. If I take this part, I'll just kind of move it over here and just get a bunch of stuff firing all over the place. This is extremely CPU intensive stuff to do. We're doing hundreds, if not thousands, especially on the higher levels, of polygon accurate collision tests every single frame. And it requires a good CPU to do that, and we have a great CPU here in the iPhone. This version of Enigmo is fantastic. It really is better than the original, and we're very happy with it. I want to show you is Cro-Mag Rally. Cro-Mag Rally is a 3D caveman racing game. And there are 9 different tracks to choose from, all sorts of good ones here. This one's one of my favorite, but we're actually going today to do glaciers. And we also have 10 different cars to choose from. Actually, we have 11 cars if you include the submarine on the Atlantis level. The car that is good for the glacier level is this one. And we can choose our character. Now, porting the games over, both Enigmo and Cro-Mag Rally to the iPhone was actually very easy. It only took about 3 days to get each game up and running. And by up and running, I mean they were playable. All the levels were playable. Whoa.
Listening to music on their iPhone to actually creating music themselves from scratch. So let's take a look at some of the instruments that band has to offer. And first of all, we have a 2-octave piano. We also have an instrument called Funky Drummer that lets you mix up drum beats. The 12-bar blues instrument contains all the elements you need to play the blues in one simple interface. And finally, for your backing tracks, we have a bass guitar. We've only had time to show you a fraction of what band can do today. All these instruments and more can be recorded, overdubbed, and mixed together into a song. Or of course, you could always just get together with your friends for a jam and maybe one day start your own band.
Now, we only learned about this last developer last week. They're based in Barcelona, Spain, and they only started on the SDK 2 weeks ago. But what they've been able to accomplish in 2 weeks building this game makes you forget you're watching it on a mobile device and think you're watching it on a game console. To walk you through it, I'd like to invite up Javier Carrillo Costa. Javier?
We are an award-winning mobile game developer. We're new to this platform. We're very excited to develop for the iPhone, as we believe it is a very capable gaming device. It has intuitive SDKs and tools that allows very straightforward development. We're happy to present Crawl, a fantasy action-adventure game. We are our first contact with the iPhone SDK 2 weeks ago. It took only 4 days to port the game, and we used the rest of the time to implement iPhone-specific features. We can see how Unai uses the accelerometer for the jump, how he uses the touchscreen to move the character, hit the bat, or launch context-based animation to cross the bridge. Our technology over OpenGL allows full 3D characters and environment with a quality often better than portable gaming device. Advanced skinning, dynamic shadow, and ambient occlusion contribute to the overall quality of the game. The App Store is so far the only marketplace where you can bring directly your content to the global market. Crawl is currently in production and is expected to be ready by September this year. Thank you. Thank you.
So let me remind you, that was all running on an iPhone. And they had 2 weeks. So clearly, we have just an incredible SDK. And one of the most fun